thermal and
This is a universal practice. Wherever you are can be practice, a process. That's why I call it start with dumb things because they're not dumb. That's where you're at, and that's what's going on if you set it up for such, and proceed in your training, your development, your uh, catching the tricks of the trade of processing better, finer, faster. So yes, thank you on that. Paint on, paint off. Okay, how are we doing? Anybody anything before we move on? Gone. Okay. Um, let's stand. Let me see if I want to stand. Let me check this other camera here. Hang on. Oop, ah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, everyone, you're going to have to stand. Group practice. Okay. Body. Body. I just want to mix up a fuller, let's use the word fuller body. Okay. So first settling a bit here, as opposed to an idea, what the hell is fuller or something, okay? Here, present. Okay, now how the game works, all those basics, a little ground, use the tangible one to start with. I can feel the rug under my feet, okay, ground. Now at that level, I sort of sense of opening. Ah, energies are coming up and down through the body. Okay? Play that game. Easy. Energies up through the body, down through the body, and they're mixing up a fuller body. You can check it now and then, a fuller body, fuller body. And again, easy, settle. If your sense of depth is a little bit deeper, fine. We use it as reference, that level. From that level come a little bit finer energies up and down. Easy. A sense of opening so that the energies can move up and down, mixing. And as they mix, mix produces a fuller body. If you want to check it out, fuller body, fuller body. And a reminder, don't be into thinking about fuller body. We need at least a level of feeling. Remember the brain's thinking brain, feeling to some degree, brain. We want to check it out. It's feeling, feeling. Okay, again, back to square one here. Settling. If there's any sense of deeper or wider, anything like that for reference, that's fine. And from that level, sense of opening, because more energies are coming up and down through the body, around the body, yeah, but through the body, through the body, through the body. And as they move up and down, spiraling up, spiraling down, it mixes a fuller body, feeling. Gee, I feel stronger. I feel like something fuller inner out. Last one, easy. Settle. A base for reference. And from that level, energies are moving up and down. And I notice I have a sense of, oh, they're going a bit higher. Can't prove that, just the way my hands move. They went up higher. Down, easy. Fuller energies up and down, spiraling up and down. After a bit, I don't mind starting with just straight up, straight down to start with, but after a bit, they'll probably show they're spiraling up and down, mixing, mixing, mixing. Ha! Fuller body, fuller body. Open mics, open mics. Tell me about your fuller body.
Bob,
Yep.
it seemed like kind of like last week when we did the arm practice, and then suddenly the arm is doing it itself. This started out, there's very much a sense of my body, this body, doing a practice with the energies, and then as it opens, this body is a part of a bigger experience.
Okay. Okay. Don't go any further because you're going to get ahead of me.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to say with fuller body feeling itself, fuller body feeling itself. You might be going into, oh, there's a situation here, maybe, and I don't want to go there yet. Let's keep it body. Okay? So I'm not saying that's wrong, just trying to flick you at a time a certain way. Fuller body. Fuller body is talking. What's the fuller body saying about itself, fuller body?
Danny here, Sensei. Fuller body is very spacious, and there's also feels like space and possibility.
Okay, fuller body. Oh, I have more possibilities. Me, Mr. Fuller Body, has more possibilities. Okay? So again, that's the body character talking. I have more possibilities. I have better ground. I feel thicker. And one more. Somebody, fuller body. Say what? What's the body saying?
I got, this is what I'm supposed to be. This body. This is how I'm supposed to operate.
Closer to the phone?
Oh, what I got was, this is how I'm supposed to be, the body. This is what I'm supposed to, how I'm supposed to operate.
Okay. Maybe something like the body at this level says, finally, I get to be a body. As if it wasn't allowed to be a body at this level before. Yeah, you're in doing that thing. Oh, body says, now I get to be a body. This might be the beginning of me, but I'm a body here. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to establish the dialogue of body character. Okay. So that if we get into self, the dialogue is a bit different. I don't know if we can get that far, but that's where we're trying to head. So I want to hear the dialogue from the body. So you recognize the tone of it, the voice of it, how it talks. And that's why I asked Steve not to go too much into that out there. It's a little bit different. I want to hear what the body here has to say about itself. Is that okay? Okay, where do I want to go here? You noticed in playing with the energy movement, it can develop itself. So you all should have noticed that you felt more present or firmer or whatever, a plus. Everyone should have had a bit of a plus, even in that short couple of minute practice. Okay, we expect so. Right? So anytime you feel like down a bit or I'm kind of tired, I'm not ready for that. Yeah. Or you can process a bit and be ready. Okay. It's your choice. If you've got the time and the interest, it's your choice. Basic. Okay. Now I want to shift into a different move. I want to go into move my chair again. Okay. Now on this one, again, standing, but now you get to choose what kind of move. So Steve likes baseball or softball. So Steve, let's do a batter's setup. Okay. Batter setup. All right.
Sensei, the pitcher is over here to your left. Play
Anyway,
ball.
for Steve,
Play ball.
play ball. Many of you are Aikido, so you can do an Aikido movement solo. We're not working a partner, and we're working this self here, this centered, the centered one, centered part. And let's see. Later, I want you to do a receptive move. Okay. I for some reason, I think being receptive might be a hair better as opposed to a positive. Okay. So you can do whatever you want in Aikido move. Again, keep it simple. Don't go through the na na ni na no na na na. Keep it simple, or keep it simple. Okay. Or keep it simple. So I'm going to choose the receptive circle or half circle for Aikido people, if you want. Tennis player, yeah. Feeling yourself, not just how the ball do. Yourself, your body, self, character, body. What else? Baseball, Aikido, tennis. You got the game. I guess you could do Bokan. For yourself, easy. For yourself. Feel yourself. Okay, y'all got one? Everybody's got something? Okay, let's do that same energy. So how should we set this up? Okay, I'm doing this move. Okay, so I do one or two. Settle. Open for the energies that are trying to come in to help mix up a better character here, better body of receiver or batter or tennis guy, whatever. Okay. So let's time it that way. So a moment to settle and open. Energies are mixing up and down. The energies are smart. They know what I'm doing. Oh, he's doing a half turn receptive. Okay. And already I noticed a bit of a difference. The receptive guy had better ground and his timing, it flowed a bit more. Okay, so back to the basic here. Settle open. Energies related to the job that you have there, to what you're trying to get better at, batting, whatever. Energies are up and down, mixing up through the body, creating a better body character. My case, the receptive guy. I don't know, there's something cute, there's something in that move that I like. If you want, you could do a second move or so. the batters, you can probably do a few moves in that time period. So how many moves should you do? You figure out when you play more on your own. Is one move enough, or do you want to do 3 in a row and then get the energies going again to get the improvement factor? Energies flowing up and down, mixing, 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 mixing. It's not an idea, it's mixing. Okay, they're mixing. It's not an idea up here. Mixing, mixing through the body they mix. Through the body they mix. Okay? Feel it. Remember the different brains? We ought to be down at this level. We're starting to feel the improvement. Feel the improvement. Now, improved, do your move. Do your move. Okay? You want to do your second or third move, your timing. Easy. More improved. Body mix. Hey. Receiving. I like that one. For me, he seemed to cover more ground a little bit easier. Just notice his receptive size was bigger. And it felt kind of easier. Okay. And one more on personal energies. It's very clear to the system what the job is. I settle and I open. I don't have to tell them what to do. I don't have to say, I need more balance. If you notice you were off balance or whatever, the energies know that. You can note it, but you have to tell the energies what to do. They're smart stuff. Part of creation was great intelligence along with great harmony, along with whatever, okay? It's inherent in the whole universal system. Energies moving up and down. Have a sense that they're fuller. Up, down, whoa. Mixing, mixing, spiraling up and down, mixing, mixing through the body, not just around. Through the body. And there might be a sense of, around, but through the body, okay? You get too much around sense, you're missing this critical part, okay? As you feel fuller, let's use that word, feel fuller, then again, you try your batting or whatever move you're using. I like that one. For me, the structure felt even. I thought I looked good. Easy. Receptive mix. Better character. Receptive. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Question will be, you get the idea? So when you have more time on your own to fun around, the question will be, this developed character as a batter, whatever you're doing, what is known? What does this character you, this batter you, this receptive you, this tennis player you, whatever you're using as a reference, what does it know? Could I ask it that way? What is known? What is known? What do I know about receptive body? What is experience? Seems to be a timing for me for receptive. There is a time to be receptive. Time to be receptive. Like somebody were coming to talk to me, and there'd be a time there where, he's going to talk. I better listen or be receptive. So it's kind of a timing. One example of my experience, this body's character experience. You got the game? Somebody want to batter? Any comments from the batter?
Yeah. One of the things that was really, all the things that Steve learned about batting were already known in the system. And there was a relaxation. Usually that confrontation batter pitcher can cause some tension, and you always see good batters looking just totally relaxed and comfortable at the plate. And that's the system. The body itself was just relaxing on its own.
Kind of like you've practiced this before. You've got all the information at this level. Relax. Let it.
Yeah, all the steps are known, and just cool out.
Okay. So body itself says we got everything at this level. Now just let it for a while. Just allow it. Let it. Okay. All right. Somebody got the game? Danny, what move were you doing? Aikido move, Danny?
Yes, it was an Aikido move.
Now,
I
energy
felt
moving up and down, we improved. And now, being a better mover, Aikidoist, what is known experience? What's it saying? What's this level saying?
that it's reliable. It's something that I already know, and I can rely upon it.
Yeah, kind of a little bit like Steve. You've done this before. You know this. Now relax with the control factor, I'd say, and let me work. So saith the body. Let me work. Rely on me. I can do this. So the control freak, usually related to that first brain guy. Relax. I'm the feeling brain. I got this down pat at this level. Let me handle it for a while. Let me stretch my wings. Let me enjoy myself at this level. It's saying. Okay. So it has its own voice, trying to get you to catch how it talks. Yes, that's it talking about itself. Sorry, I shouldn't use the word self. That's it talking about what it does. That's the body character describing its capabilities. Okay. Are we okay on this pattern? Are you sort of following this, people? People, are you following this?
Sensei, I find that the more that I trust what is happening, that I then feel the energies inside of me, and I can also get to feel the energies that are pushing on the outside as well. Like this inside-outside relationship occurs for me.
The critical word. What word do you use? Trust?
Trust. Yeah,
Trust.
I'm trusting this process of the body.
In this kind of developmental work, trust seems to crop in all the time. Trust. No. See, the worrier, but how can I trust? How can I know this is happening? How can I? And it'll just screw everything up forever. Or Diane's, once she goes back to, oh, it's cold, that's it, the session's over. It's like, yes, now stay here, stay in this development process. At which time it's not so cold. Okay. Before I forget, Diane, on the swimming pool thing, the cold water, if you haven't seen, somebody jump in and help me here, Octopus, my teacher, Octopus, my buddy, what the hell is that?
My teacher, the octopus.
My teacher, the octopus.
I've seen it.
Yep. If you haven't seen that, watch it again and watch carefully. The beginning of him stepping into the water, it's cold, okay? And then pay attention. Then full-bodied in the water, another level, okay? And then deeper in, symbolic, deeper under, where he's okay with deeper under. He continues another level of deeper under, and he says, oh, there's some activity under there. He's seeing the, whatever the bottom of an ocean is called, the ocean floor. And he's aware of the ocean floor. Easy, he continues his settling, finer level set up. And something catches his attention. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. There's seaweed, blah, 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 and there's a fish over there. But the octopus catches his attention and he feels drawn to it. Easy. And as he hangs out, he begins to appreciate that the octopus is kind of smart and has an agenda, huh? And as he continues easy, his sense feeling gets better, okay? And after a bit, he's got a relationship with the octopus. They're holding hands and hugging. Sense feeling, okay? So anyway, watch that and watch the stages that he didn't, of course, clearly lay out, but watch them. They're going on right there. When I saw that, I wondered about if people were going to catch those dimensional or level stages that are going on, like you're playing in your pool. You're playing a similar kind of thing. But look at that and pick up that da, da, da levels. Okay. If you've seen the show before, look at it with a little sharper there, and you might see it different better. I think a lot of people just skim through that. Oh yeah, he went in the water and he dived in, and suddenly it's him and the octopus. I no, watch the da 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 da. There's a process going on there. Okay. All right. So where are we here? Let me check my notes. Okay. Now, how should we do this? Standing? Okay, let's do it standing. Now, we were working the centered character, but I want to bring in the situation in relation. I think I said last week that the piece of glass we could place here, or the self we could place here, but now I'm adding, well, before we get to the self, there's a costumed character, okay? A character here. But the character will include both. That's what I'm going to try to lay out here. Okay. So now, Steve, now you're the batter. Double check your feeling of yourself before we get going. And then we're going to put a picture. Then you sense the picture, and that you're going to have to deal with the picture. The picture is now the situation. So we've got, and I'm going to try to get a relationship between the picture and this that we started with, the center, and the circle, situation, picture, and see what the situation, what energies are imbued in the main character because of the situation. Am I saying that properly? Not yet. For those who are doing a movement, I'm doing this movement, receptive, Mr. Receptive. I'm going to have an uke moving in on me, uke moving in, and I'm receptive. And where I'm heading with this is because situation and center, or center and circle, are in relationship, that the two of them together will start to mix up a fuller character. Am I saying that right? A tennis player, get somebody hitting the ball over to you. Okay, before we just did you by yourself, you by yourself. We did batter by himself. Now we say there's a picture. I did this receptive move by myself. Now I've got a situation, and the situation is somebody moving, I move with him. Okay? You got the game? So those of you who have your move, settle. First you. Now the situation you're in, picture or uke, and boom. Now, because of that situation, this is trying to change because there's more input. I have a word, let me remind myself. Enhancer. The energies are being enhanced because of the situation, one way of saying it. I'm getting more energies here because now I'm in a situation. So I settle and open for the new energies that are moving up and down. I don't have to know what they are. I trust the intelligence of things. The energies are here moving up and down. They know I'm in a situation. I don't have to tell them that. And don't know what they are yet. We'll see. And then after a few of those, your timing, I come back to the situation. Easy. Okay, yeah. Here comes the situation. Oh, oh. Easy. Body, fuller body. With the added energy that the situation are giving. He moves, I move. Ooh, I like that one. I like the timing of when I move, and I like the timing of there. Now it changes. Goes from receptive to positive. I like the time. Nice. I felt. Okay. So now that we've included the energies, the input from the situation, now check yourself out again. What do you have now because of situation that you didn't have before? Check yourself. What do you know? What do you have? Are you following this? Am I laying this out okay?
I have more shoulders.
What?
I have more shoulder. My before I my body felt a little different, but now the form, my structure just feels more substantial.
Okay, so by including being enhanced by situation energies, not just personal energies, but situation also is part of me. So they're added in there. Because of that, you people have the game. Is this coming across?
You know, Bob, even though I was doing baseball, there's a book years ago about tennis. And it was kind of like the way of tennis or the Zen of tennis. And they asked this guy, you know, how he felt about this tough competitor. And he said, this guy was a thing of beauty. You know, he embraced, he didn't even think of it as competition. It was, and that's the way I was feeling with the pitcher. This is not me versus him. This is us participating. And so I would
grew up in Aikido. Yes, hang on. Our big grew up in Aikido. We tend to think, I'm going to learn martial arts to beat that guy. OSensei tried to tell you, says, we're not competition here. What do you say clearly? It's not defeating them. It's defeating the stupidity that keeps us from realizing self. But what do we keep doing? I got to get better than him. This is how you hurt him. We're dead in the water, people, if we're taking that tack. All right. To get this gets better, that presents. At a certain level, there's a relationship between the situation and this, and the two of them combined help get a much better character and a much fuller character the true self that's there, the piece of glass that's there, can begin to show that it's there, begin to make itself known. Self-inquiry, self-development. We can't develop self, but allow self to show. And it can't show if I'm busy this and busy trying to beat them. It's hard for it to show at first. Okay? So, are you following this? Am I on track tonight? Oh, what about this story? For somebody? Was that just somebody burping or nothing?
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I'm
You're breaking.
So the situation. I'm breaking up.
Yeah.
Breaking up,
Can you hear me,
Diana.
Bob? Diana.
Diana, we cannot hear
I'm
you.
breaking up.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Forget
Well,
it.
there was a quote, Jack quoted OSensei as saying, and feel free to correct me, Jack, not something new, something more original.
Yeah. The original. See, OSensei was working from self, or self was there, and all that stuff we saw was because self was there. So everything was in harmony in a fantastic form, and within the harmony is all love, all intelligence, all power. So it was that piece of glass that was there that didn't interfere with the harmonious movement of things. So you couldn't defeat him because the whole universe is working in harmony. Okay. Again, and speed and distance and stuff, none of that matters at that level. So yeah. Where?
And Diana, do you want to try again?
I was writing you. Can you hear me? No? Am I breaking up again?
Go ahead.
Yeah?
It's
You
half
can
and
hear
half.
me?
Say something.
So situation can be something that's alive, like a partner, the tennis partner, the
Whatever it
uke,
is, anything
the
there.
lover. The lover
Anything
can
there.
be the situation, and the pool can be a situation, or the lover can be the situation. Either one.
Wherever you're at, whatever it is,
Right.
we should call situation. You're going for a walk in the woods. Situation is now woods. This is the center. That's the circle. As this gets better, it appreciates the woods better. As the woods show more of themselves, that affects this centered one more. Better centered one, acknowledge, oh, there's more going on in the woods. It's dimensional. We covered dimensionality before. There's a finer dimension of this character and finer dimension of the realm he's in. When Roy was talking about going for a walk at the beach, as he settled more, then he noticed, oh, the birds are there's finer dimension of this character.
I'm sorry, Sensei, we've lost you. I'm asking Brad to please close the camera and reopen. Everybody, please just stand by.
You got to learn stuff. Oh, the birds were orderly, and I feel here that this is more orderly. Oh, interesting. And then as this gets better, you notice something else on your walk, how the ocean is beating or something. And then, oh, okay. Then you kick back to here and see how that has affected this. And there'll be something experienced here. And now this is better, and back to whatever's next in your walk. Is that, we tend not to realize it's a beat back and forth that we can keep this thing going. We tend to do one, oh, I'm in the woods, I feel better. And then you stop. And it's like, why stop there? The situation woods you felt better. Now, in feeling better, now what's going on in the woods? Dimensional question, and something will show. You'll get a sense of something. And then we take that back to here, and this gets better. And then we look out finer into there, and that finer will come back here. Beep, beep, let's keep the thing going. If people don't keep the thing going, oh, I feel better in the woods. That's it. Leave me alone. I'm better in the woods. It's like we're just beginning. That was step one. Keep the game going. Is that something? Yeah. Oh, somebody wanted to say something, I think. No? Okay. We have a lot of musicians and people who've been on stage. So there you are, character on stage, but now you're in a situation, audience, okay? Be ready for open mic, you people who've been on stage. Isn't it nice when you're enhanced by the audience and you sing better than you've ever sung because the audience is sort of producing energy that comes into your system and you sing better or play better. Are you following the simplicity of this example?
It is
Those of you who've been on stage, help me here.
Absolutely.
Trance.
Bob,
Absolutely is nice. Can you give me a little example or something?
well, there's a phrase I use that actually I think sports people would know almost more than musicians, but I call it the cheers of the crowd. That a sports player will make an exceptional play, but the crowd, the cheers and all the excitement of the energy of the whole crowd becomes part of their energy. And I feel that certainly when we play and the audience starts moving with us. You know, it's just, it's like
energy of the crowd,
reciprocating echoes.
Energy of the crowd. Quick story. Marilyn Monroe, she's married to Joe DiMaggio at the time. She comes home after doing a little tour for the troops in Korea, I guess. She comes home and she's like, honey, it was fantastic. You can't believe what it feels like to have 1,000 guys cheering you. And he said, yes, I do. Why are you looking blank, Diane? Jesus Christ, do I have to explain this story to you? Joe DiMaggio had thousands of people rawing for Joe DiMaggio. Marilyn had thousands of guys rawing for Marilyn. She thought that was fantastic, but she told Joe as if he had never felt it before. But being DiMaggio, who had, he said, I understand. Don't talk down to me, kind of thing.
Yankee Stadium in those days where he used to play held 60,000 people.
Yeah. So screw you, Marilyn. I had 60,000 cheering my name. Well, maybe 35,000 because half were on the other team. Okay, anyway. So anybody on stage feeling this enhancement that you got a pretty good character, you're a player, a singer, whatever, you got your own juice, but the situation adds juice to you character, and you're singing up a storm. You're holding notes you could never hold before, whatever. Somebody
Hi, Robert. It's Gina.
Gina.
Hi, Robert. It's Gina.
I was waiting on you, Gina.
No, I
Singer
know
on
what you're
stage.
talking about. That's why it's my favorite place to be.
See, that's why she goes on stage. She needs the extra energy. Gina, also get your own, but no, that's cool. Sorry.
No, I know it. I know it because my next thing is this works fabulously, except when there's a camera involved. Then I don't do so well. Because I'm so vain.
Oh, yeah.
The camera doesn't transmit as much energy as the live people.
But what's the process there? Do I ask for energy for the camera guy? The people, what?
If it's really a problem, yeah, I would set that up as
It's
my
a problem.
practice.
It's a problem.
Yeah, well, see, then you practice. You don't have to be there to practice. You can do it imaginary. Okay, there's a camera in front of me. I would like to be a good singer, but when there's a camera in front of me, I get affected. Okay. System. Now, the system knows the problem. You just stated it. It knew it before you stated it, but just for your clarity, you state it. Then you begin to open up because you'll get energies that will mix you up a bit different to be okay with that. That will soon happen, whether it's 5 minutes, 15, 3 days, it will happen.
This is what I've been missing. Thank you.
Yoshika, you got a big guy that you don't like the energy. Fine. I don't need a big guy to practice. You just imagine somebody moving in on, there you are, somebody moving in on you. And you, again, state the problem. I don't like it when big guys come and they're sort of leaning on me in energy, and that really throws me. Okay. You don't even have to tell the problem. And system is smart, it already knows. But for your clarity, state the problem. Then you settle and you open, because the energies are trying to remix to make you up different. Okay? Now, I won't give it a full answer the first moment, but at first it may be, gee, I feel a little bit calmer. It's not the full answer yet, but that's the beginning. Gee, I feel calmer. Okay? Next beat. Settle open, and here comes more energy mixing. A character who is better in that situation. A character, me, this first one, this centered one. I feel that I have energy resources. I feel like there's a little pool of energy underneath me that, boom, that it's a resource. I have an invisible friend here. I don't know what it does yet, but I can feel I have an invisible friend. I have some kind of little allies. Don't know what they do yet, but I sense that there's something alive underneath my feet here. Da-da, 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 da-da. Till the fuller character is mixed up, who'll in some form deal with that guy. In some form, I don't know. Talk somehow that soothes him down. I'm not really sure what exactly your problem is, or give you the physical wherewithal to move physically. I don't know. I let it decide. Okay. But you got to play, and it takes more than 5 minutes, and maybe even more than 1 day. Okay? But that's how it works. Okay. So you don't need the actual problem to be in your nose. You can imagine it. And that starts it off. Okay. Test. They did a test. Did I not mention this before? Did a test. Shooting baskets. Now they tested those who were actually daily practicing shooting baskets. Their second group stayed home at that same hour. I guess they're doing it for an hour a day or whatever, the same hour. Laying on the couch, thinking about shooting baskets, not moving, just thinking about shooting baskets. The third group was nothing. They didn't do anything. They went to the movies. Okay. After a period of time, I don't know, let's say a month or something, they retested, and those who had been physically actually practicing had a higher score. But you know what? Those who were on the couch thinking about shooting baskets, their score went up pretty good too. Not as high as those who were actually, but pretty damn high. The third group that went to the movies or did nothing, no change. They were still that. Very interesting. Okay, so you don't have to be in a situation. You can imagine a situation, and the same stuff will start to happen. That's why we say maybe, I don't want to think about that, because when I think about that, whatever it is, lousy situation, think about getting tortured, I start to get the energy to help to mix up somebody who can withstand torture. or know when to tell them the secrets. Bear with me. I don't actually have to be being tortured to get the energies going. I can just imagine it. And that's why we probably say, I don't want to think about that. Because what we're saying is, I don't want to deal with the energies that imaging is calling up. I don't want to think about that image because it calls up energy that I'm not ready to deal with right now or ever. Is that make sense? You got that? Very important. Yeah. Oh, God, where's the time go? Where I was going with this was having the character mix. I'm a baseball player, and recognizing its tonality at different stages, just by himself, shadow boxing, so to speak. Now we got a picture here, and boom, now it adds to it, and checking yourself out, getting a feeling of how that talks. Okay, and I'm calling character. Okay, the energies of both the situation and the personal center, both those energies would start to mix up a really good character. He's comfortable in his world. In his world, he's comfortable. You're starting to get a full one. Okay. Some story, example, a bachelor guy, and he's comfortable. Oh, my brother, bachelor, cool bachelor. He married a lady who had 4 kids. Instant family. Took him a little while. I could see a little nudges he'd get now and then, but he began to adapt to the situation, therefore making him a better character. Right? The combination of him personal and the situation input, mixing a better character. I can't remember the details, but he was freer in some ways or more whatever. He was better. I just forget the details right now. Did we get anything out of this? I'm sorry, we didn't have time to try to get practice of the self-speaking. That's where I was heading, but didn't quite get to that point. But getting a feeling of how a fuller body talks about itself and how a fuller character talks about itself, that when we start to play with, okay, through that, say underneath that is self. Okay. And that self has a way of speaking, can make its presence known. Okay. So I thought for example, if I were to ask you, again, we don't have time and stuff now, but if I were to ask you to, okay, settle down, open up. Now, through all these costumes of characters, that's fine. The better the character, the easier it should be to touch yourself because you're more squared away and more balanced. Makes it easier to make that touch. Okay. Energies. So I would call these the energies of the center, okay? And then the energies of the situation. And as they get more balanced, then that center here. So at first, it'll be a better balanced character, a fuller person, okay? Because of he's balanced with himself in the situation balance, okay? Now through that, self is there. Underlying all of this is self, okay? So the whole white paper instead of glass, the whole white paper, just clear white, is self. But because we got involved, we got scrunched in a bit, we have to let these energies balance. And then you have a chance of sensing self, to realize self. Okay. So I was just trying to have you, again, if I were to ask somebody what's your self have to say? And if they said, oh, I'm embracing the picture. It's like, no, that's the character. That's fine, but that's the character. Self wouldn't say that. Wouldn't use those words or have that tone. For a rough example, please help me. Self would say, quickly, help. Self would say, because of the batter picture relationship, self would say, something like, yes, everything is tied, everything can be or is tied in. So of course this embraces that, and that helps back here. Yes, everything is embraceable, everything loves itself, or harmony is trying to happen. There are two things, and harmony is trying to happen. We got two energies, the harmony between those two is trying to happen. That's why I said keep the ball going when you're in the woods. Oh, the woods are beautiful. I feel better. And then you stop. Don't stop. You feel better now. Scan the woods or sense. Look at the next level of woods and something else will be there. Oh, and then you let it all come back. And that enhances this one. And enhance, gee, I feel better, the enhanced one. Now that I feel better, now I'll scan again at a finer level, the woods. And we keep the ball going, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang. Human condition, you tend to do one and stop. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Are you following any of this tonight? Help. We're running out of time, so help.
Absolutely, Sensei.
Yeah? Okay. If Mike got it, I figure.
Oh, Jesus. Actually, I just wanted to say, Sensei, the biggest sense that I get when doing these exercises that you've done today is, first of all, and I'm going to have to be careful with the words because you'll jump on me, but what I noticed initially is a lack of connection. And where I notice that connection most strongly is in my feet, that literally they aren't letting me connect with the ground properly. And by just relaxing and allowing the system to sort it out, that connection improves so that I eventually feel that I'm grounded. And then it keeps going. And that feeling of being connected actually spreads out to everything that's around me.
Yeah.
You know,
if you get
the
this
trees.
one, yeah, if you get the centered one that realizes it's connected with itself, okay?
Yeah.
Then eventually the situation will show because they're partners, center circle. You get enough of this, and this will kick in and say, by the way, we're connected. Yeah, but you got to get a bit of this. That's why we brought up the Bach theory. Saying that's cool. 6 months of just this. No, play the piano. You can touch it, but you can't play yet. Can't get into music. That's the situation. Let's do 6 months of this work, straightening, settling, being more fully here. And then this thing will want to invade you because it wants to catch up now. Now you can be in the music and in the playing at a whole different level. That's that 6 month Bach theory, or the Britta Meyer 6 months of just solo. You don't have a partner to work with, solo, until you get enough of this. And then that, as it comes in, you'll be at a much better level of that. Because you're at a better level, they want to equalize, you'll be at a better level. So of course, doing enough grounding work personally, of course the situation wants to say, by the way, we're grounded too. And by the way, we help you. So if you notice the ground of the trees, say, and then get a sense of that. You're sensing it or sense feeling it at first. Then you bring it back to here, and this should have picked up that energy, and it's improved. Now that it's improved with its grounding, then we can another level of situation, the grounds of situation ought to show, and bing, bing, bang, bang. You can keep this game going for ages here, developing all the while. Am I saying this okay? Mike?
Yeah, no, that makes 100% sense.
But it doesn't surprise me that the ground of the trees and whatever would start to go, hey, because you're getting more grounded. Has to. They're trying to stay in relation with each other. Okay. Peter's principle of somebody higher job, higher
Peter's
position.
principle is you rise to the level of incompetence.
Yeah. You're in a situation, suddenly it's such a big situation that the previous one can't contend with it. Now he can, but he doesn't know the process. So he hangs out there going, stress every day. And he dies of a heart attack at 45, whatever happens. But he can, if people knew this process better, they could, if they wanted to, realize, whoa, that's too much. I better come back to here and have this one improve. So that improved one will be equal to the situation. That's how the law works. Okay? Or to say to the boss, I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to do anything here and I can't take this. So let me come back to the previous job where I'm comfortable. Unfortunately, in business, you're not allowed to do that, but that would be a lazy man's, not a lazy man, a guy who's reached the level of comfortableness. Wow. I think we're shooting our time here. Anything? Yes?
I was just going to say thank you so much, Sensei, for another lovely evening.
Yeah, sorry we didn't get to the self-dialogue. It's a biggie. OSensei, see, when OSensei, you like OSensei, sorry, John. When OSensei hooked in with Deguchi at Omoto-kyo, it's a big group there. Deguchi's a big-time teacher. And OSensei goes there, and Deguchi starts spending a lot of time with Ueshiba. And the old timers there were a little bit irked about it. They said, well, why is the great Deguchi sensei spending time with that fighter? But Deguchi, who had a hell of a lot of self-presence, whatever word you want to use, spotted in OSensei, this guy has a lot of self-presence. I want to talk to him. I want to relate to him. Okay? So, gotta be careful. It sounds like. OSensei said to me the same thing. He said, I saw that you had a lot of self. That's why. And whenever I talk to you from self to self. Okay. And later people say, oh, you must have spoke great Japanese. And I think, what the hell does that have to do with it? We had our own way of communicating. Morihei caught that, even though Sensei was gone. Anyway, she caught it just with a picture of OSensei on the wall. And she saw some kind of beam between the picture and me. And she caught that. She said, oh, you guys had a connection, huh? I thought, yay, Mary, sharp call. Good eyes, Mary, good. So I'm not raw-rawing myself. I'm just saying we can all develop. We can't develop the self. It's always been, but we get open to it. Easy. Let the energies easy. they will begin to balance more. In more room balance, that self that is there behind the costume, behind the character, can begin to show. I was talking to Noah the other day, self-realization fellowship, Yogananda School, self-realization fellowship. Wasn't characters going there to be a better character. Oh, it might have been a couple, but not really. You go there to realize the self. So whatever you do should be, so the self is realized. Okay. If somebody goes to an ashram, I don't think, except for a couple of weird people, I don't think they're going there to necessarily be a better character. They're trying to find self. Now, in the reverse, as self is touched and begins to be able to show itself more and more, then there's a reciprocity. Then that allows these energies to harmonize even better. Okay. And I'd hang there and be aware of it, and then I'd back to self again. Okay. So my interest is self. And I note the balance of this and the balance of that, but I can't stay there too long and get carried away with that, because my real interest is the self. Okay. Can't say it any better. We're finished.
Thank you so much, Nadeau Sensei.
You're quite welcome. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I hope it was clear enough.
Thanks, Sensei.
Sort of.